Hello guys. Welcome back to the stream. It's day 10 and we are building Offdata AI, which is a tool for data modelers as well as data engineers where they can come up and build up any kind of data models related to their industry. So it's pretty simple for them to build up the data model. They just need to give up an interview to the AI and then AI decides what all things need to be included for the data model itself. Okay. We are building a lot of features in this product like knowledge base as well as integration with dbt models creation as well as direct integrations with their data warehouses, so then they can, like, data modelers or data engineers can directly deploy these data models created to their respective data warehouses as well. Okay, so till now we have achieved quite a lot of stuff. It's been like day 10 now. So in past 10 days we have built up a lot of features within the product itself, and we are able to take it to up to a level where we can call it as an MVP product. But still, we still need to cover up few of the major features in this. So we will continue to work on those things, like working on the same things today as well. So let's not, you know, uh, keep the time blocking and we'll move ahead. So, but before that, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and just press the bell icon as well so that whenever I come on the live stream, you guys can get notified immediately. Okay, so let's not wait for more time and let's get started. Okay, so yesterday, like, we had a lot of things done. Like, we were able to create the integration pieces, right? So we tested for connecting to the Postgres itself, right? So we did that, and then we were able to connect to the Postgres instance. Like, I tried it using the Docker instance of the Postgres that I was running, so I was able to connect with that. Okay, but for sure we have to test each and every connectivity, like the data sources that have been mentioned over here. So we will test it one by one. Okay, and also, like, for the source control, I've already integrated GitHub, but still we need to integrate Bitbucket and GitLab. Like, I need the OAuth keys, basically like creation of application, so that we can have like a proper integration with like basically the Bitbucket accounts as well as the GitLab accounts. Okay, but right now when I connect to the GitHub, so it only just connects. Like, there is no way to list down repositories, or like try to create a repository as well, so that we can push the code from the tool itself. Okay, so we'll develop all those features. Okay, also yesterday what we did extra was, this was one of the parts, and then we also connected our complete tool itself to object storage, actual object storage. Basically, earlier we were using MinIO on our desktop. Okay, so MinIO is nothing but like a open source kind of an S3 storage. Okay, but for production we can't go ahead with that. Okay, so I integrated basically R2 object storage, which is by Cloudflare. Okay, so I integrated that within the tool, and we were able to push the documents which are actually getting pushed to the knowledge base. So we were able to integrate that, and I could test it out yesterday only, that I was able to push the document, and once I push the document to knowledge base, automatically that document lands into the R2 storage. Okay, similarly I also integrated that with Supabase as well. So earlier I was just running a local instance of Postgres on my desktop, but now we are actually connected to a Supabase instance, so that we have a like a scalable solution. Okay, if anyhow our workload increases or the users increase on our product, so we can actually extend the Supabase instance itself, and we don't need to worry about scaling of the application up and down, right? So that becomes pretty easy for us. So okay, so these pieces have already been implemented. Okay, so today we will see few of the new things in this. So, like, yesterday we were also discussing like how should we put up the plans for the product. So, like, for the first 10 users I'll be giving away the tool free of cost lifetime. Okay, only for the first 10 users. Post that we will try to put up something like a starter plan, then pro, then team and enterprise, right? But I was just feeling like $29 per month might be too much for just for a one active project. Okay, or either we increase the number of projects in this or we decrease the price of this. Okay, I don't want to increase the number of projects because I'm not sure whether one particular user would be creating more than one projects at the first place itself. Okay, so I would basically go ahead with decreasing the price of the starter plan itself, and then for pro plan also I'll decrease some kind of a pricing so that we have a good pricing scheme where users can actually come in and join and try to test the product as well. Okay, so right now my target is not to get more and more pricing. Instead, it's the target is to get more and more people onboarded on the product. Okay, so that we can get requests for features as well, and then real active users can actually help us to build the next features of the product as well. Okay, so that's our target basically. Okay, so yeah, so this is how the progress would be. And the second thing is like within the source control I was talking about, right? In GitHub, I'm able to connect it, but there is no way to list down the repositories that are already present for that particular user, and then in which particular repository should I push the dbt model or the dbt project repository, right? So that we need to figure out. Okay, so let's start working on the features. Okay, but before that, let's just try to create up a project, and then we will just like create one of the interviews so that we have the like the assets ready, like ERD diagram, and we can have it for like a demo project kind of a stuff which we can utilize for visualizing and making further features into the product. Okay, so let's create up any dummy project. So let's insurance. Okay, insurance company. So we will ask Claude itself only right now, okay, to do the interview. Okay, let's do one thing. So if you are aware that Claude also provides a web extension as well, where it can actually automate the task and do the task for you. Okay, so this is like Claude Cowork itself. Okay, so let me ask Claude to do the interview for us. So we will do that. Okay, I need to. Okay, let me just use Whisper. I need to complete this interview, but first I need to create the project by, I'm trying to create up a data model for an insurance company. So describe its purpose, select Kimball model, and then my target platform should be Databricks. And then, yeah, you can just create the project with that, and further down the line, we can start giving the interview. Okay, so let's start. Let ask Claude to do the interview only. We will just capture everything end to end in this. Let's approve the plan now. This is basically controlling your browser itself, so that you don't need to type everything in this, and automatically Claude will do that stuff for you. So this is very helpful for automating a lot of tasks on the browsers, right? So you can do a lot of stuff in that. So see, it's automatically doing all that stuff for you, so you don't need to uh, worry about filling the forms and everything, right? So you can use it for a lot of other stuffs as well, right? So there are a lot of use cases that you can take it up ahead. Okay, so there is some error. Unprocessable entity. Let's also check the logs as well, if anyhow the logs. Okay, unprocessable entity. Okay, let me also start Claude as well over here. So we will just see what could be the issue. Yeah, it's still coming unprocessable entity. I'm not sure why is that so, but let's see. Claude should be able to figure it out. Okay, return. Okay, confirm. Open DevTool network. Click the. Okay. Okay. Let me do one thing. So let me stop the Claude. Let me just sign out and let me sign back in. Okay. What is the issue? Let me refresh. Sign out. Okay. Let me just sign back in. Continue with Google. Waheguru. Okay, so let's create the first project. We'll again open the Claude. I'm trying to create up a project which is for an insurance company. So fill up all the details in this form. I want the Kimball model as well as the target platform should be Databricks. So create a project for that. Okay, so let's see now what could be the issue. Proof plan. Okay, let it fill now. Okay, drag and analyze insurance. Yes, it's doing all that stuff. So now let's see whether the project gets created or not. If the issue still persists, okay, so it's still unprocessable entity. Let's also go to the developer tools and we will see first of all the console. If there is some issue showing on the console. Okay, failed unprocessable entity. Okay, and then on the network. Okay, this is the issue. String should have most 255 character. Okay, so this is more than 255. This is the issue. Here it's going more, but we have kept the length as 2000, right? Still it's I'm not sure. Let's give it to Claude. Maybe the AI might have applied some kind of uh, checks at the background, right? So but it has given over there as 2000 but kept only 255. Okay, let's see. Basically Claude should be able to fix it pretty quickly. Okay. Okay, so caveat from the memory. Want me to apply both this? Okay, yeah, yes, apply for both. Okay, but we need to basically change onto the DB side as well because we are storing all these details into Postgres as well, right? So we need to change the column data type basically from varchar to text kind of a field itself. Okay, so that we can have run this. Okay, let's run this particular SQL. Okay, this is our DB right now. So right now we are just running that into Supabase. Okay, so let's just quickly run this. Okay, run. Okay, now we have the column data type changed. Okay, for projects, so this should be good. Now let's see if yeah it was able to create the project now, so it will start now giving the interview. Okay, yeah, so let's now start giving the interview basically by clicking on the begin interview button and then try to answer all the questions properly in detail, whatever the interview is asking. Okay, so whatever questions are coming, keep on giving them, and at the end of the interview we will be done. Okay, so now let Claude do the interview for us as well. So we have become so lazy that we are asking everything to be done by AI these days. Yeah, but I must say Claude is pretty good on that side, right? So whatever uh, Anthropic has achieved, like it has revolutionized the whole world of engineering itself, right? So that's why we see these days a lot of layoffs happening, right? So that this is the reason behind that. So if you see this, right, so whatever things right now the automation is happening over here, all this was done earlier by the QA testers, right? Automation testing pieces, right? So you don't now actually need automation testers. Claude can do all that automation testing for you. So that's how actually, Claude is impacting on a lot of jobs in IT industry, right? So though it can't fully replace right now everyone or every job role, but yeah. So what is it doing? Okay. Okay, so it's just trying to. Oh my god, it's actually looking like someone is giving an actual interview. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Yeah, but okay, so it's ticking and thinking about what should be given answer to that certain question itself. So it's pretty amazing to see AI doing all that stuff for you on real time. Okay. So so our agent is designed it in such a way that if you are selecting Kimball model, right? So it will ask questions related to whatever are the best practices for developing a Kimball model, right? And similarly, if you select data vault, so it will ask questions related to data vault modeling techniques. Okay. And similarly, for if you are selecting 3NF kind of architecture, right, for your data model, so it will specifically design all those questions for you. Okay. So that's how the agent is built at the background, and there is not only one agent which is running at the background. There are 6 to 7 agents that actually work through the whole pipeline and at the end produce all the results for you. Okay, so it's a chain of agents running behind. So we are using basically LangChain to orchestrate all those agents together. Okay, so it's actually pretty fun to learn all these things and develop all these things. Okay, so developing has become pretty easy post coming of this Claude model. Okay, but yeah, the only thing right now you just need to keep in mind is you should have ideas what to build, how to build, okay, and what should be the final outcome what you are thinking about. Okay, so if you are pretty clear about that, then for sure vibe coding can do a lot of stuff for you. Okay, that's how I have built basically 3 products itself, right? So one is like RuleMind, which is like a data quality tool. Second is Hello Voice, which is like AI voice agents. You can launch AI voice agents, and it's not only about AI voice agents. You have an inbuilt CRM as well in that product, where you can manage leads, call the leads automatically, nurture the leads, and convert them to your customers. Okay, with a very sub low latency within the voice pipeline. Okay, so we have designed that in such a way. So only thing is you should understand how the architecture should be built and how the whole project should be built end to end. Okay. So if you have that mapping in the mind, for sure, Claude can do the rest of the stuff for you. Okay. Okay. So it's just giving the interview on behalf of us. Hmm. Okay, so now it's talking about PII data as well, right? So we ask everything in detail, right? From the GDPR security perspective, data governance perspective, right? So according to that only a good data model can be built up, right? So you should have everything in mind, whether you want to maintain the history of data, or how would you be basically maintaining the history, SCD1, SCD2, SCD0, right? So all those questions are basically framed in such a way that it feels like you are giving an interview to a real person, or you are talking to a business person, and then you are trying to generate some kind of outcome from that. Okay, so that's how generally things happen in real life as well. Okay, when we are dealing with any kind of enterprises, so we have like sessions along with business people where we understand the domain of the company, and then try to create some kind of data models out of like what are their data sources, okay, and how and where are these data sources present, okay, whether these are on cloud, on prem. So we understand a lot of things, then only we are able to design a good data model. Okay, what should be the freshness, how frequently should the data be refreshed, okay, what is the volume of the data. All these things are kept in mind while building up any kind of a data warehouse or a data model basically. Yeah, so the interview is going on right now. Let's see how many questions does AI ask basically for building up this data model. Okay, but for sure guys, this can be a great product, okay, for data modelers as well as data engineers. Because generally what happens, people don't get a starting point to build up data models. So though, even if you talk about enterprises, right, people working for enterprises, they have a set of data models which they have been building, and they just copy paste those replicas in various clients, right? But every client is different, every use case is different. So this helps you to design a very effective data model specific to that particular use case as well as for that particular client as well. Okay, so it gives you that capability, and you don't need to think much about it. Okay, so you use the capabilities of AI, and whatever documents you have, right, you can upload that to a knowledge base which you can create and attach it to an agent, so that agent can keep on asking questions to that knowledge base and get more and more information about building up a data model, a perfect data model basically, right? Because generally what happens, sometimes LLMs hallucinate as well, right? So because LLMs are trained on certain kind of data sets, right, but they don't understand your domain knowledge, correct? So in order to make them understand your domain knowledge, so you create up a knowledge base, okay, where an agent can fire up a query, it can get certain responses in the form of chunks or the data, and then that data can be utilized to formulate your final response. Okay, so that's how a RAG architecture works, right? Retrieval augmented generation. So that's how actually a RAG works. So I told you guys in a very short way. Okay, so but if you want to read that in detail, for sure you can go ahead and search about it, how a RAG is basically built up. Okay, so still the question answer is going on, so you can see, right, so this is pretty exhaustive. So AI keeps on asking questions till it is not satisfied with whatever information it has, and should be able to build up your data model. Okay, okay, so let's wait for some time and let the interview finish, because I'm just trying to do that interview so that I have one of a demo project where I have the ERDs generated, I have uh, the seed data generated, I have the DBT model generated, DBT project generated, right? So then I can utilize it for further down the line features building right now. Okay, because one of the feature is like pushing the whole DBT project into a GitHub repository. So that is, I would like to test it out, and that I cannot test without actually creating up a project and producing the assets from that. Okay, so let's see, it's on 15th question now, so I guess it will be moving to 16th now. So okay, yeah, interview is complete, almost like it's done. So now let's run the synthesis. Okay, let this finish, then we will run the synthesis. So the interview is complete basically. Okay, so now let's click on run synthesis, so we'll see what happens. So till the time, let's also see the logs as well. So it's generating few of the embeddings at the background. Synthesize is happening. Okay, so I just need some kind of a loader over here. Okay, and there is a complete button. Okay, because right now if you see, synthesis is running, but I can't see any kind of loader or something like that, because a person cannot understand, right, what is happening. Okay, because on the ERD page for sure, I have built up all those stages where everything comes in properly. Okay, so let's move to the ERD page. Okay, let's see what is happening over there. Okay, it's still showing nothing. So let me run synthesis over here. It will show you all the stages, right? So that is what I was talking about. But let's wait. Let's see. It's not showing on real time what all stages it's going through. Yesterday it was showing. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. Okay, nothing is happening right now. And also this should run like a background process, right? So because you just saw, right, we shifted from that screen to this screen, then the whole process got broken up. We had to again start the run synthesis. So, and anyhow run synthesis should be triggered automatically. It should not be like we are actually triggering that up. So once the interview is complete, automatically a background process should be submitted, which should be running your synthesis automatically itself. Okay, so that's how the overall flow should be. So we'll build it in such a way only. Okay, so I'm just checking it out. It's taking a little bit time. Okay, yeah, now it has actually started something. Okay, extracting the semantics, right? So this should be started at the first place only, like rotation of this particular loader, right? Not sure why didn't it start at the first place. Okay, but yeah, we will, these are like little bugs, so we will just try to fix those as well. Okay, we'll just start writing down these bugs as well, so that we don't forget. Okay, I'll just write that down. Loader does not start immediately once I click synthesize, right? Also, there is one thing, synthesis should automatically start, right? Synthesis should automatically start instead of us clicking, right? And once interview is complete, it should direct us to ERD page, right, where this synthesis is happening, right? And also one more thing is, this should run as a background process. This should run as a async background process, right? Run as async background process. Why this should run as an async process is because you can see right now, right, this takes time to build up the end-to-end data model itself. Okay, so that's why we just need to run this as a background process, and once the results are ready, like we can send up an email as well to the users that your ERD diagrams and your artifacts are ready for this project, and then you can come back again, log in and see, right, whatever things are ready for you. So that is one way, right? So which we can achieve, right? So we will use resend basically to send emails as well. Okay, I have a resend account, so we can utilize that. Okay, okay, so these are just like older emails. Okay, so we will use this particular, okay, account for resend, so we'll integrate that as well. Okay, so you can see, right, it takes time to synthesize everything because it's like multiple agents, like each agent is specifically built to work through this complete workflow. Okay, so there is an issue missing canonical IR. Why is that so? Okay, let's pass it to Claude, but I didn't get an error over here, so I'm not sure why did it fail over there. Okay, on terminal, but on UI got error and synthesis got failed, right? Maybe there might be a response timeout or something like that. Because of that it would have got broken down. So we will see, not an issue. So that's how the whole product building goes on. There are bugs, there are issues, and then you need to resolve those and you achieve the final state, right, how you want the product to be. So that's how things work. Okay, but I'm not sure why did it fail, because in the logs I cannot see anything. So you see, right, everything is 200. Okay, what is this? Where is this? Is it because this? No, but the log should come here, right? Okay, this is the older one, right, that we resolved by altering the table. So okay, so guys, you can comment in the chat from where are you guys joining in, right? So let's also discuss about those things as well, right? I would love to know more about people who are watching the stream. Okay, it has restarted. Okay, what was the issue? Two changes applied, added full stack. Okay, missing instead of replacing it. Okay, validation errors. Got it. No, it will diagnose underlying. Okay, we are anyhow not using API key. Let me also check. Maybe my credits might have got like exhausted for OpenAI. Let's see. Maybe I'm just thinking out loud. Like, what could be the issue? OpenAI platform, right? So let's see. I guess it might be the case. Let's see the credit balance. No, the credit balance is there for sure. $1.54 is more than enough for producing the output right now. Okay, but yeah, let's now think. Okay, let's now again run the synthesis. So maybe now the logs, in the logs it will show you the error. Okay, let me just minimize this. let me open this terminal, let me clear everything. Okay, there is no option to clear. Okay, no, fine. Let me run the synthesis again. Now again the extraction has started. Okay, let's see now what happens. Also, I don't like this project ID at all. How it's showing the project ID on top. It should show the project name directly. We will also let me note that this bug as well. Okay, not a bug, like a change that I want to see. Once I am inside product, right? Sorry, project page. It should not show project ID, right? Project ID, but should show project name. Okay, I've just noted down this enhancement as well. Okay, so I'm just trying to run synthesis of this data model. Let's see. At least we should be able to generate it for one time. Okay, then we will keep on improving it. Okay. Okay, now it has moved to the enriching with domain patterns. Okay, this is nice. Okay, it has now moved to synthesizing canonical model. I guess previously also it failed at this stage only, but let's wait now. Okay. I just hope this goes fine. Also, one more thing, it should save the output of each and every agent, right? Keep on saving that. Because if suppose at any one stage the agent fails, right, it should be able to pick up from the previous stages all the context automatically. Otherwise, we'll have to keep on running again and again for all the stages. And now it failed. Now we have the actual error, right? So this is the actual error. So it didn't invoke this tool basically. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the Claude. Now Claude should be able to fix the actual issue. Okay. So now see the issue, right? It failed on this particular step, right? But we'll have to again run the synthesis from the start, right? So we just need to keep this in mind as well. Okay, let me note this down as well. Synthesis should start only from the stage it failed. It should keep on saving the state once it moves in synthesis stages, right? Stages. Okay, yeah, this should be good. And okay, this is fine. So let's see what Claude is doing. Okay. When OpenAI returns no tool call, we now log and include finishes token user and any context. And our next failure will tell us exactly why. Okay. Bumped max tokens from 6,000. Okay. Headroom for nested entry. Okay, it might be. Okay, so can't we just optimize this canonical IR, right? So it's like a JSON that is going to the LLM, right, which is getting generated at the background. Was the issue done? Still fails. The new error will include final reason. Okay. Is into Anthropic. No, I don't want to go to Anthropic right now. Okay. I'm happy with OpenAI for now. Pros and of calling the tool, likely a prompt issue. Okay. Can we try to optimize, right? Optimize the prompt going to the LLM so that we don't hit the tokens, like 16,000 is too much, right? So let's try to optimize the bloating as well for the input going to the LLM, right? So that is also a way to optimize your overall process, because agents are nothing but prompts, right? But the way you organize the prompt, way you create the prompt, it matters completely on that, right? Yeah, it's switch JSON dumps to compact form. Yes, that's one thing, right? Because we can't just keep on increasing the token sizes, right? If suppose our prompt increases, right? If the data model is more complex, so it won't be like we are just increasing the tokens like that. We should try to optimize the prompt that is going inside the LLM, right? So there are way, this is how you should think about it. Okay, it's not always advised to just increase the tokens directly. Okay, try to see where could be the actual issues lying in. Okay, and then try to optimize the overall process. Okay, let's wait for it. Okay, now it is actually, optimizing the prompt. Okay, now let's see. Now we have the restarted the API. Now let's try to run the synthesis. Okay, let's see what happens now. I hope this time the synthesis runs perfectly fine. Okay, I guess guys, we have 2 more subscribers who have subscribed to the channel. Now we are 29 people. Okay. Okay, now it's extracting this. Every time it just gets stuck on the third stage, which is like synthesizing canonical model. Let's see. Now this is the problem I was talking about, right? So every if the job would have failed on third stage, it should have started from third itself, right? We could have maintained the output of the first agent and then the second agent, right? In some kind of a table, and from there the process could have read the already ran process, right? And it could have fed it to directly to the third agent. But yeah, Yeah, we will improve that, and that will actually make your overall tool experience also fast, right? That's how you need to think about how you can improve the overall end-to-end process. You can't just completely rely on LLMs to do everything for you, right? You should also have some understanding how the overall system should work. And that would only come once you have some kind of experience building up platforms, building up systems. So that experience comes pretty handy when you are working with LLMs and AI. Okay. So the main thing right now is getting experience of building things, right? Building up things is pretty easy, but getting experience of how to build it, that's the real challenge. Okay, now let's hope for the best. It should move to the fourth stage. Okay, we will see. This is the, I guess, the major stage where it actually synthesizes the whole canonical model, right? It actually tries to create the relationships and the dependencies between the tables. Okay, so that's why it takes a lot of time over here, and it also tries to connect with your knowledge base as well. Okay, so right now we don't have any knowledge base created. Okay, so we don't need to worry about it, but yeah, let's see. Mhm. Yeah, let's wait for it. I hope it should run. Okay, it's taking too much time for now, but yeah, let's wait. Let me go to the open platform. How much credits are left? Let me just refresh it. Okay, 1.36. Yeah, but you can see, right, guys? Token cost has decreased a lot, okay? That we can see for sure. So using LLMs has now become pretty easy for. Okay, open did not import. Okay, okay. Here it is the error again. I believe what could be the issue. No tool call for model 5 finish reason. Prompt tokens 8136. Okay. Prompt token error orchestration canonical synthesizer failed. Why is it failing? Let's paste this to Claude right now. We'll see. So it's not actually, calling the emit canonical IR tool itself, right? So that's why it's just getting stuck at that stage. Look at this usage. Okay, reasoning token and completion of budget for the tool call. Okay, GPT-5 burned all the 8,000 on internal reasoning despite. Okay, zero left for the input tokens are now only 8 ones. So the prompt is fine. The problem is in prompt side. It's that poorly suited for that force tool emission. Okay, and minimal level they consume whatever budget you give them. Okay, the optimizing the prompt further won't fix this. We are fighting the wrong battle. Okay, switch to GPT 4.0. Switch back to. Okay, let's switch to GPT 4.0. We will go to GPT 4.0 for now. There are issues within the GPT-5 model. It's consuming a lot of tokens and burning everything. So that's the problem. We will see. Anthropic basically I'm not using right now because we don't have that much API calling right now. Okay, so like it doesn't give me that much kind of what I'll say limit for hitting the APIs multiple times, so that's the problem, and I don't want to pay that much right now for that. Okay, so that's why I'm just trying to use this. Okay, OpenAI, and anyhow OpenAI is also good enough, but yeah, let's now again run synthesis. My god, again we'll have to wait for all the stages. I guess the first thing we should do is like fix this part, and then we should move ahead to the next stages only. Okay, yeah, if it fails this time, I'll for sure make the first thing is I'll fix this part, and then I'll move again back to launching up the synthesis again. Oh, nice. This time we have completed everything. This is great. Okay, now let's wait for the ERD diagram. Should I go to the DDL section? Yeah, let's first see the DDL. Yes, we can see the DDLs created, right? Over here. Okay, this is for Databricks. Okay, then DuckDB, dim customer, fact premium transaction. Okay. This is also dim Postgres. Okay, Redshift, Snowflake, Synapse. Great. This has generated the data model. Let's go to the DBT. Yes. For DBT also it has created this project. Right, so it has created agent, customer, date, policy claims, premium transaction, right? So it has put up all these things. So let's go to the ERD. Here you see, right? The ERD has been also created for you. So how is dim date connected? Nothing. Nowhere it's not connected. How is that possible? It's a dimension, right? So this is the fact. Okay, this is the central table. Around it are the dimensions. Okay, this is also the fact. Okay, this fact is premium transaction. Okay, this is connected to all these dims. So dim date should also be connected, right? Like to the claim date or something like that. Okay, it should be connected. I'm not sure why it's not connected over here. Okay, anyhow, yeah, so this is how the actual thing will look like, right? Seed data is also there. Export, we will just create it. Okay, so let's start now working on it. Okay, let's start the just a minute. Okay, intro is complete. I have the question, answers, everything. So it is giving here are the natural business key for each fact. Okay, policies, underwriting, fraud. Okay, CCPA, HIPAA. Okay, ERDs. Okay, let's first give the user an option to make changes and add tables to this. Okay, and right now I can see it's one. Okay, this is like connected to from many to many. It's like many to many relationship over here, right? Okay, no, it's one to one relationship only defined. Like this is one to one, but this is one to many as well, right? One to many. Okay, so person should be able to create and extend these. Okay, I'm able to do that, but I'm not able to connect it basically, right? just a minute. Node, I am not able to connect it. Okay, but the customer should be able to do it, like the user should be able to do it. Okay, let's start with this part itself. Make it little bit like this so that I can see at the real time. No, first of all, let's focus on the synthesis piece. I'm tired of it. Okay, let's first of all clear the backlog of bugs. Okay, so let's start here. I'll create one more terminal and put it parallel to it. Okay, clear Claude. Okay, so let's put it like this. Yeah. So see, the problem is once the interview gets completed, so the button comes is on the page of interview is like run synthesis. So there should be no button at all, even on the ERD part as well. There should be no button to run synthesis. Automatically the synthesis should start once the interview gets completed, and we should be taken to that page where, you know, on the ERD page there are stages, right? Those stages should be coming directly. Automatically the synthesis should start happening. Okay, so this is one thing that we wanted. Okay, other thing is and also synthesis should be running as a background process. Okay, so let it just explore this part, and then we will see how we can make it as a parallel process. Okay, okay, no, I don't want it like this. I want one inside this only. Yeah, like this. Yes. Plot. Clear. Plot. Okay. The other bug is synthesis should start only right once I'm inside the project. Yeah. Once I am inside any of the projects, on the top it shows the project and the project ID. Instead of that, only the project name should be visible. Nowhere project ID should be shown. Okay, so that is also going to be worked upon. Synthesis we have already done. Okay. Loader does not start immediately, right? So once the synthesis starts, the loader for the first stage does not start automatically, you know, rotating immediately. So it takes some time. So look into that issue as well. Okay, so let it run. All edits during the pages. Project ID, project name. Oh yeah, now it's fine. We can see the project name now. Okay. /ERD. Okay, this looks good. Yeah, in the top we can see the project ID. That is fine, but over here it should show like project name only. Okay. So let this complete. Okay. I'm not sure why did it only create four tables. Okay. It could have been more tables, or like why only four? If I see the interview, let's go with the interview part as well. Okay, when I click on interview, it's just directly taking me to the ERD. Why am I not going back to the interview piece? Okay, let's wait. Maybe there are some changes going on. That's why we are not able to do it. This part is done. Synthesis should automatically start. Okay, this is being worked upon. This should run asynchronous, right? Okay, let this finish. So then I'll look into it. All projects. Okay. Yeah, DDDL. So how many tables has it produced? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5 tables. So let's see in the DDL how many tables are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. There is 6. 6 tables are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 are there only. But dim date is not connected to anyone, right? So okay. Also, what I want is once the interview is completed, right? We have the ERD diagram created as well. We should be able to question the agent now after the production as well. So like I should be able to question the agent why it has produced in such a way, right? Even if we want to make changes, we can ask the agent to do those changes, right? So automatically those get reflected over here. Okay. Yeah, we will create it in such a way. User does not have to pull back and connect everything. Can you like user will just type like, can you create one more table in this? Okay, like that we'll put purely, we will make it purely agentic platform. Okay, so that will actually help to make the overall access of the platform pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So guys, we have one more subscriber. We have 30 subscribers now. Good to see that we are growing, but for sure make sure to hit the bell icon as well, so that whenever I come on live stream you guys can just directly join in the stream. Otherwise you won't get a notification about it. Okay, just make sure to hit the bell icon as well. But welcome to the stream, guys. Keep vibing, keep coding, and keep building up new products. Okay, what is it working upon? Okay, this is one is done. Okay, let me restart pp dev and finish the interview. You should land on the ADP. Okay. But the issue is, if I even click on interview right now, I'm not getting onto the interview. Okay. Okay. redirection from interview page to the ERD page should only be done once the synthesis is run, right? Post the synthesis has been completed, I should be able to go back to the interview page because I would like to see the questions that have been asked and the answers to the questions as well. There is no way to track them now because when I'm just going back to the interview page, I'm not able to go back. It's just redirecting me to the ERD. Okay, so we should be only once the synthesis has completed, like the first synthesis has completed, then only it should not it should be redirecting me directly to the ERD page, not every time. Okay, we'll also keep one thing, like inside here you can also test the DBT model by running it against DuckDB. Okay, we will just at the background run DuckDB for this, where we can actually be able to trigger this DBT model and test it out on real time whether the model generated by the AI is fine or not, right? Okay. Okay. Let me also put the subscriber count as well on my screen. Let's just do that as well. Okay, live subscriber count. Okay, so let me also put that. My channel name is Tech with Sachin A. Okay, let me search. Yeah, this is like the subscriber count, real-time subscriber count. Okay. Is there any other website which gives like without ads or anything? Let me just check. Okay, I guess this should be good. This one is good. I was trying this once. Tech with Sachin A. Okay, let's try with this. Close this particular ad. Where is it? Yes, this is the one. And then how should I put it over there? Okay, let me open the plot. This is okay. Let me just put this on my screen as well. Okay, I'll just see how to use it. So in the scene, so basically I use OBS for streaming. So in OBS I believe there is an option, right, in which you can actually put something into the scene. Capture. Okay, I'm just checking that out. Image, slideshow, screen capture. I believe media, siphon, scene, media. Let me check. No, it's not from media exactly. I believe it should be from video capture device, right? I believe so, but not sure. Let me just try that out. Browser, yeah, this is the one. Browser capture, correct? Yes, then I should be able to do it. Just a minute, let me just check it out. URL. This is the URL. Let me put this into the OBS screen. Okay, So is it showing the full screen, right? So this is not correct. I only want to see the count only, right? So not the complete browser. Edit, transform, fit to screen, stretch. Can't I basically? Okay. I guess I'll have to check this out, but yeah, I'm able to capture it, but I only need this part, right? Tech with Sachin and then the live subscriber count. That is what I need. Uh, I'll have to check this out, guys. I'm still new. Okay. Edit transform. Okay. No, this is no crop. Yes. Yeah, this is the one where we are actually cropping the things. Oh, nice. One subscriber went away while we are making the changes. Okay. I'm just trying to put only tech with Sachin. Okay. Top is fine. Okay, again we are back with 30 subscribers. Okay, so post this, we should be able to get our, we can place that real time subscriber count as well on screen. So who is actually subscribing and unsubscribing? I'm not sure. Maybe they are confused right now whether we should subscribe to this stream or not. Pretty strange. Okay, this is fine. Again, it's 30. Okay, now let's do from the right and then from the bottom as well. We will just do little bit. Yeah, now then we should be pretty good ahead with this. Okay, so this is our 10th day basically into the stream, guys. Consistency is the key. Okay, tech with Sachin. Yeah, it's almost done. So let me just little bit move from the bottom as well. So then we should be pretty good to go. Yes, this is working good. So now we'll also be having live subscriber count as well on our screen. Okay. So I know a little bit about streaming, guys. I used to play a lot of games like Dota and Counter Strike. So a little bit I know about all these tools. Okay. This is also good now. Good. Good. Yeah, we are now good. Yes, this is fine. Now we can put it somewhere over here. Yeah, this is fine. Yes, good enough. Now we'll have the live subscriber count as well. Okay, so let me just close this, delete group. Okay, now let's go back to this. Okay. were we? Yes, we were here. Okay, now let me do the redirection. See, let me check the redirection whether it's letting me go to the interview. No. Maybe I should restart the overall process. Let's do that because it only restarts the back end, not the front end. For now, let's see. Clear. Okay. Okay. This is done. So now let me go back to the interview. No, still I am just getting redirected to the. Okay, what is it saying? Scenario, behavior now, clear, finished interview just now. Status interview complete. What do you see? Spinner and auto redirect to ERD. Okay. Later to review. Later to review. Okay, but no redirect. But I still see. I just restarted my backend and I had my interview finished, and I'm just going back from ERD page to the interview page, and I'm still getting redirected to the ERD page itself. Okay, this is fine. So what was this? No project ID. This one is done. Okay, so I'll keep on removing the bugs as well. Okay, now the thing is the synthesis should run at the like a async background process. Okay, so we will look into that piece. Okay, so whenever the synthesis is triggered automatically, it should run like an async background process. So it should be like a non-blocking process. So once the process is completed, a user can come back and see the state of the process, and even like we will think on the later stages. Once the synthesis is complete, a mail should be triggered to the user. Okay, let's put it like this. Okay, this piece is fine, and I should be able to edit it as well. Knowledge integrations, knowledge base, projects, insurance. Why is it redirecting? I'm not sure. Okay, let's also think about the plan pricing till the time. Okay, so the starter plan I can start with somewhere around $5. That should be good enough, right, for the starter plan. Okay, $5 is pretty. I believe it's pretty decent enough. Like people can go ahead and make changes to it as well. Okay, $5 is more than enough, and we will give some credits like AI credits in that, where you will be able to create data models using AI credit. Okay. So like, or we can keep like $10 and 10 AI credits, in which you will be able to use those credits to generate ERD, DDLs, okay, DBT models, like that. So I like to keep it like $10, then somewhere around Pro can be somewhere around $50. Okay, $50 for Pro, and the team can be like $399. I'm okay with that, right? Because it's unlimited active projects, right? And team collaboration as well, correct? And for enterprise, we can have like a lot of things which can be discussed, right? So we'll see. But in team also we'll have to put some kind of a cap, okay, on top of the token usage. Otherwise people will just go mad. I know. That's why I'm just thinking of bringing up like AI credits kind of a thing for here, because there would be a cap in way of AI credits. Okay. Okay. So now client side no longer depends on DB persisted status. Okay. Let's now see projects insurance. Now we are on the interview. Yes, this is fine. Yes, I want to see all these things, right? Okay, claim events, fact claims events. Do we have this table? No, right? So it has not created all the tables. That is what I was talking about, right? So I couldn't see all the tables according to whatever has been given in the interview, right? So the agent is still not, maybe we are using GPT 4.0 because of that, or like somewhere when we tried to modify the LLM bloating, right? So that actually decreased the actual uh, understanding of the context that was getting passed to the LLM. Okay, we'll try that out. Okay, this is fine. ERD, DDL, seed data, DBT, export. Okay. Continue refining means you will again start over should be removed for the first plan. Okay, so there should not be again start over for that. Okay, let's see. Let's ask this. So I completed one of the interviews for one of the projects. So I could see the questions and the answers for that particular project. The project answers talks about various tables, but all those tables have not been created and included in the final ERDs and everything, right? Can you check what could be the issue and where are we missing all these context part, and why all the tables are not considered, and all the information provided within the interview has not been considered while building up the final assets for the data model. Okay, let's go with this. It will keep on looking into it. Also continue refining. Okay, let's change the pricing till the time. Okay, I want to change the pricing for the billing. So like I want the first, like the, what is it, yeah. Okay, what is this? How should the background pipeline in process async IOTA spawn the pipeline as an async IOTA create task on the first way? Okay. RQ worker Redis. Yeah, it should be like Redis worker. Okay, introduce a real job queue plus worker process, survives API restart. That's correct. That's how actually it should work. Okay. Try to, yeah. This is the way it should work, right? Like a queuing system should be there. Okay, we'll select second. What should I send the, what should send the completion email? Resend. Only the with synthesis entry point should become non-blocking. Only the auto trigger after the interview. All synthesis triggers. Yes. What does comeback and C state look like in the year? Polling endpoint plus status manner. Keep SSC for live view. Okay. Plus status endpoint for resume. Okay. Live SSC stream when the page is open and active. Yeah, the second should be good. Socket or polling endpoint plus the pages poll every, yeah, polling is fine. Polling is fine. Polling is good. I don't want to go into the WebSocket like a socket stream kind of a thing. I don't want to go that way for now. It's fine for polling. Okay. Okay. Yeah, plans we were talking about. Okay. Yeah, I believe the context is getting killed with the tokens that we have set, right? Because of that, it killed up the context and all the tables could not pass. That is what I believe. Okay, so we will see one more, like, yeah. I want to change the pricing of the plans. Basically, the starter should start with $10 per month, and then the pro plan should be somewhere around $50 per month, and the can be same, and enterprise we can think about later. Okay, let me just copy and let me just paste this over here. Yes. Okay, now let me try to again run the synthesis. Okay. uh, Open ERD. Okay, it has now removed the synthesis, rerun the synthesis because we asked it to do it. Okay. uh, so basically I want to also remove this continue start over basically. Okay, so what happens if I click on continue refining? Let's see. I haven't tried that out yet. Okay, it will ask me few more questions. Okay, so how many questions have been asked? 18th. Okay, got it. Okay, retail claims and policies, everything. Okay, like this we will just send the answer. We will see what happens. Okay. Okay, it hasn't produced anything. I believe it didn't run anything. It just asked me one more question and it just completed that. Okay, I don't think it ran again the whole. Yeah, the interview happened, but you can see, right, the synthesis was never triggered after that. So yeah, got it. Okay, let me do one more time because I have a cap of 20 questions, right? Let's see what happens now. Resuming. Should you be applied during retail for claims and policies? No duplicate claims, right? Duplicate claims for same policy. Okay. Send answer. Okay, let me go back to the interview. Now still it's giving me continue refining, right? Now it won't start, right? Because I have a cap. Previous answers it's showing 23. Why? Okay, I would like to continue. It's like that. I'm just clicking that and it's just putting like this. Okay, anyhow. Okay, it should not even trigger it, right? Post 20. Yeah. But the 20 question limit should be only on the, I'll say, uh, 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 only on the starter plan, right? We can go up to n number of questions in the next plans, right? So that is the main part of it. Okay, continue refining and then start over should be hidden over here. Okay, complete is there. Okay, the plans have been recreated. $49, $10, $399, and then custom, right? This is good. Okay, pretty good, pretty decent enough. Okay, 23. Open ERD. So now I'm just thinking, Okay, here's the implementation plan. Okay, job queue, add arc and redis. Okay, new apps. Okay, it will use redis for maintaining the state of the background jobs. Okay, dependency, email. Okay, orphan speak, this is fine. Lib, new hook, workspace white banner. When I will not do in, okay, we will read about this in later part. I was just thinking about plans. Okay, and this part, continue refining. If I click on continue refining, okay, so now let's go by plan. Okay, yeah. For starter plan, basically the interview should not go more than 20 questions, even if the user, like the continue refining button should be disabled post 20 questions for the starter plan. But for the pro plan, it can go up to n number of questions. Okay, and a person can keep on refining the model itself. And once the person does the continue refining and again the interview completes post continue refining, the synthesis should automatically get triggered. Yeah, this is the one, because right now synthesis is not happening, right? So once we do the continue refining, that's the issue. Otherwise, the diagram would have been updated with for the ERD. Okay, because now we have also increased the token context as well. Okay, let's see. So we will see till here today. Okay, we'll try to wrap this up after this. Okay. Interview flow for the starter plan. Yeah. Now we will also start putting up the checks as well, right? For whatever plans we are bringing up the people on. Okay, where should the app read each user's plan from? Okay. No, I'm implementing to, I'm thinking of implementing Stripe for this. I guess first of all, I should create the pricing and integrate the pricing for the plans, and then I guess I should work upon this particular part. Okay. So I guess like we can do this tomorrow. Till the time I'll just create the pricing as well. Okay, we'll keep the pricing ready, and tomorrow firstly we will try to set up the pricing piece, and then we'll work on to the background task running. Okay, and then we will also test whether the process automatically gets triggered or not. Okay, if you do the first, okay, what is it this saying? Okay, this one is done. Let me just try to do one more interview. Okay, continue refining. Let's see what happens. Okay, what data should be underwriting decision? Okay, everything. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so just a minute, I'm just doing that for testing piece. Send answer. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, still interview happened, but synthesis still did not run. Okay, let's pass the logs. Okay, we can look into all these things tomorrow. Okay, guys. So I guess we are good for today. We have achieved quite a lot in the product, and I guess within like by next week we should be able to launch this product. Okay, so we should be pretty good enough by Thursday or Friday. We should be pretty much sorted for launching the MVP and then sending it to the users so that they can start testing this up and we can bring more and more features. Okay, so till the time we'll also do the integrations part and everything. Okay. Yep, that's all for today, guys. See you tomorrow. Keep vibe coding and keep coding. Peace out.